Welcome back, guys, to the Orlando Huskies franchise. It's the off-season video of Season 7, Part 1. In this video, we're going to go over re-signing players, some free agency, leading up all the way to the draft, and we don't have a ton of players to re-sign. Wanted Benji Wilson back. He wants the franchise tag, and just don't have that type of money to give him. We do want Steven Sutherland back after his performance when Drew Stevens went down. He wants to go to a new team. Alex Stewart, we'll accept his player option. What would the franchise tag look like? Just not worth it. We do want Jamal back. Probably target him in free agency. Philip Huffman. That's a high number for a backup safety. And he is back though. Kirkpatrick made a couple of good plays in the playoffs. Trey Gordon with a strip sack at the end of the year. Just guys that are probably not going to be able to fit the team. We'll look at Kirkpatrick's speed, 91. It's just got to move on. They played two big parts as backups for us in the past couple of seasons. It's just not worth it anymore. But we will be moving on to stage 1 of free agency. As we have a decent amount of money to spend. This free agency does not look very good. Steven Sutherland, best running back on the market. As we'll see if that will be enough to get Steven. Don't really need a receiver. Jamal, the best tight end on the market. We're going to target him as well. His cap is getting a little low. I did see right tackle. There are some good right tackles up here, and Kyle White is an interesting one. He has 20 offers, majority of the league going after him. Might as well join him. See if maybe he's interested in coming and winning a Super Bowl here in Orlando. Says we have 5 active negotiations, but we only got 3. It's a little interesting. Can I not offer anybody else? I can't. Okay then. Well, we're gonna take a look at some of the other players. Possibly a backup corner. As there's another visual hatcher. But we do need a corner. A backup. Tim Linton doesn't look bad. Evan might be his brother. Backup safety is also another position. Both, well, we did just sign Philip Huffman, so only free safety really is a need. Miles Franklin back up here. Anybody that's really interested, Von Ford is up here. He's a former Husky. We could sign him. Doesn't look like there's a ton of great free agents up here. We're not gonna sim just yet. Didn't mean to back out. Gonna eval see if we signed anybody. And we did not sign Kyle White. He goes to Seattle on a 2-year deal. And now Sutherland, a lot of people are interested in Steven. We're going to give him a little bit more. And if that's not going to be enough, then I think Steven might have. We're right in the mix with everybody. Corner though. Deshaun Hartwell is interesting. We don't need a starter though, and that's the issue. Just need a backup. As Bradley Barrett, 6'4", 93 speed. Honestly, looks like a solid player. We're in the lead by a lot. We'll evolve one more time. As we do get Bradley, but Steven Sutherland signed with the Detroit Lions. Steven's gone, and now the backup running back position is wide open. And Sands is interesting. He's a little bit slower than Sutherland. He does have the superstar ability. He's regressing a little bit. Who did he play for? Pittsburgh last year. Had over 1,000 yards. He would be in a reduced role, but I think it could be an interesting fit for us. There are a decent amount of teams going after him. Anybody else really interesting here? Gotta see how bad Donovan Grimes regressed, because that's gonna be the decision if I decide to sign another DT. But he looked like he didn't even regress at all. He's an 82 overall still. So we're not gonna go out and sign another DT. Maybe draft one, just in case due to injury, but definitely look at free safety now. Could go with a veteran like Cam Baker. No one's offering him yet. Throw an offer in there for Cam. So we got Jamal, Cam, and Sands, Lamont Sands as our offers, and we're gonna sim to week 2 now. Hopefully we could get a couple of players, or all 3 of them, honestly. Check out, see who we got. Targeted Jamal and Cam both still up here, but we did get Sands, which is huge. Jamal is getting interest from the Bengals now. I don't want him to go to Cincinnati. Give him a little bit more. That backs us up even more. Let me see what I could do with Jamal here. As Cincinnati, one of the best teams in the AFC, would definitely not want to see him go there. As we'll give him 9 a year. Just under 9. Which is big for him, as his role is not crazy for us. But he's been here since day 1, so we definitely want to see Jamal back. As we're going to look, see if anybody in our division signed anybody yet. As it's not looking like it. Nobody in our division has really made any huge moves since we've started this franchise. And yet again, it looks like that's going to be the same case for this season. Nobody going out making moves. That is fine by me. As a backup center is also in need. Billy is here. We could go re-sign Billy. That is a little high for a backup center. Give him 4. A backup. We do need backup ends. Timmy Lowell is a little bit better than Trey Gordon. Especially he's younger. Probably might be a little cheaper. Trey's stats do look better though. Honestly, might go back with Trey. His stats are looking better. This will give him 3.5 for a 1 year deal. Now back up right in. Think we're gonna go. They're both about the same. We'll go with the younger player, Zach Rich, on a 1 year deal for us. As we're running pretty low on cap right now. As we'll see the offers now. Signings. Get Cam Baker. We lose out on Jamal though. See where he ends up. And he went to Seattle. They jumped all of us. Jamal's headed to Seattle. I feel like we have one more in there as well. I can't. Now tight end is a need, a backup tight end definitely. As Edwards doesn't look that bad. Matching up with Jamal. He's not as strong. Looks to be a better receiver though. But Jamal was mainly used as a blocker. The run blocking isn't too far off. Depending on how much he would want, he's a lot cheaper as well. Give him around 3.5. I believe we signed the backup corner. Yeah, we did. And a backup free safety. Pretty much covered all of the needs in this free agency. So we could just go in the free agency 3 and actually want to check the trade block. See if anyone decent is up there. Possibly just throw like a 3rd round pick at him, but doesn't really look like anybody too good is up there. That could be interesting. Emmett Wesley, he is an X factor, but the Raiders, I don't really like trading in division too much. We'll go up and we'll throw some players on the trade block. See, we're gonna go a little wild in year 3. See what we could get for some of these players. Isaiah Flynn, he could go up there. Jake could go up there. Honestly, Jarvis could go up there. As I'd really like to use Reddick this season. As left guard, we don't have a left guard. What happened to our left guard? I think one of these guys are supposed to be moving over the left guard. Completely forgot about that. We'll send Alex Stockton back to left guard. Stockton back at his main position. Anybody else we could throw on the trade block? One of these linebackers could definitely go. White and Kitchens are probably no, and Bishop's younger, but Coles is faster. He's better at tackling. Bishop got better hit power and block shed and coverage. We'll throw them both up. See if there's anything we could get for either of them. As Coles is already on it. I did not put him there, but the game definitely did. As Tyrone Johnson's another one that I really would like to use this season. But I don't think we could get rid of either any of the top three corners. But Tyrone could see a role somehow this offseason. I believe that's it for this week of free agency. Yeah. Not a ton of money. Doesn't look like any offers for any of the players yet, but check out some of the signings and got none of them still. As they all still believe they could get a better offer. And did they all sign? They all did sign. Anybody good still up here is Lance McLean. We're going to throw an offer out. Let's check out his stats, because last time I did this with a veteran offensive lineman, gave up like 16 sacks the previous season. Only 3? And we're definitely going to throw an offer at McLean. No, we don't have that type of money. But if he wants to accept that, and he does, he is an Orlando Husky, and that is a huge signing. Because now we could kind of makeshift this offensive line with McLean going there. Frank Webster, can he kick out to right tackle? Or can McLean? You know, I do like Steven Robinson. He is solid. But we're trying to go all out this season and win. Actually, we could throw up Frank Webster on the trade block. He has never been that good. We'll advance it one more week. Any trade offers? And we got a ton. Check out some of those. Frank Webster, Jake, both of the linebackers. Frank, probably the realistic one we'll get rid of. Is there Trevor Carrington? Pretty sure he's a former Orlando Husky, now a superstar dev. Charlie Looker. Some interesting offers here. Nothing too crazy. I do want to look at Carrington. Would be amazing to have him back for the last season. Because I kind of forgot about him. But one of the better players on the Giants, Trevor Carrington, now superstar. Did start his career with the Huskies. Really never took off. He has been playing 20 tackles for loss 2 seasons ago. Took a huge step back this season, but 2 of his better careers. And is there room on this D-line for him? Probably not. Is there room for Frank Webster? Also no. And there's nobody better. It's interesting. I also like Charlie Looker. Could possibly check out a trade for him. He's their third string tight end. Ooh, he's not that fast. 76 speed is rough. Think we're gonna go with the Trevor Carrington trade. Get him back over here in Orlando for one last push. Actually, we can't. I don't have the cap. I don't have the cap space. How can I do it over here? We'll see if we could do it over here. And Trevor Carrington back on the Orlando Huskies. So check out some of the offers for Jake. You know, he's been a career backup and they're offering a lot for him. I know none of these are realistic, especially the Raiders. They have their franchise guy. We're not gonna trade Jake, even though we could get a lot for him. Just doesn't make sense. Realistically, no one's offering that for a backup quarterback. But one of these guys can go. Depends what we can get. Corey Christie's up there, Cage, but we're not gonna do that. Don't need a guard either. We'll see what we could get for Coles. There's also a chance that both of these guys stay. Just trying to look out, branch out. Dad Kirkpatrick. Doesn't really look like there's anything here for either of these guys. No cool story like Trevor Carrington coming back to his former team for the last season. So it looks like both of those guys will be staying. We're going to advance to the draft. Won't be doing the draft in this video, but can kind of set the roster. That's Carrington. Can either him or Vigil play DT? Doesn't really look like it. I don't want either of them at outside linebacker either. Yeah, it doesn't really look like either of them can play. But it's a good backup to have with a banged up D line all of last season. He come in, pass rushing specialties, you know. It's gonna be fun for this D line to play together. Anything could happen. As you see, we're currently negative in cap. But it's the final season. This is going to be the end of part 1 of the offseason. Excited for this season. And I'll see you on part 2. Peace.